Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. And we're doing a general collective reading. This is a timeless read and you're free to switch the genders and the roles if you need to. Please, please, please use only what applies or resonates with you and toss the rest. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so very much. If you wouldn't mind, please like, subscribe if you haven't done so. I'd be eternally grateful. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay, where are we going to go with this reading? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the highest white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? Thank you. Soulmates. My gosh. Sorry, didn't mean to be so loud. 41. Higher level soulmate coming in. So I just finished one about soulmates, and the first card that came out was soulmates. So there we go. Overarching energy. Somebody's got the key to your heart, or you got the key to somebody's heart. Happy. You're going into a higher level soulmate connection. So in the last read, you're leaving somebody that used you, abused you. It could have been a false twin flame. I don't know. Or it could have been a real twin flame and they missed their shot. And you're going into another higher level soulmate connection. Not everybody's a twin. There's soulmates, different varying kinds. Okay, so 26 is 8. Strength and courage, having integrity, loyalty, and honesty and resilience. Doing what's right. Somebody's maybe in a lustful energy, but this is happy. Something new is getting ready to hatch. Star power, star energy. This is ordained. This is a covenant. This is a promise on the other side that was done between you two, the divine, whatever. It's beautiful. Time to nap. It's not time to sleep now. Okay, bottom of the deck. There's a false contract, or somebody made some poor decisions. They didn't use their higher wisdom, and there's consequences. Something was one-sided. This was a lesson. You learned your lessons in a past relationship, either it's you or someone else. If it's a twin flame, chances are you mirror one another. Your experiences are quite similar. Okay, so you both got out of bad relationships in the past that were trying. It really helped you elevate and opened your eyes and broke your heart from the inside. And I'm sorry you went through that. Okay. But it was necessary to teach you lessons, and we all go through this. It's not minimizing your pain at all, and to help you elevate. And if you're a divine being, you needed to go through this to wake up, okay? It's not all for nothing. So 13, somebody who's not willing to change. It's getting old. 13 in reverse, fork in the road. They're indecisive. They didn't want to make a choice. Well, you made the choice. It is what it is. It's a permanent, profound ending for someone. It's getting old. Okay, sirens? Community falling apart. Okay, somebody lost control of a situation. They had no integrity. They were the community bucket, maybe. You don't want a community bucket. You don't want to live in between worlds. Somebody was a doppelganger. Somebody was a fake and a phony. Karmic, very karmic. Or they lost the position. They're now karmic. Greedy, selfish, jealous, promiscuous, commanding, controlling, demanding, and possessive. Toxic as hell. They weren't fair. It was unbalanced. 38 is 11. 11 in tarot is what? Justice. It's an unbalanced situation. It wasn't fair. Somebody was trying to be you, doppelgang you, trying to take your crown that they didn't earn, wearing a mask of greed and gold. They don't have that higher experiential wisdom to help them elevate. They don't. They don't want to do the work. They're lazy. So their heart's been weighed. They're not passing. This is a masculine principle. Either you're the masculine or your partner is. Take it for whatever it is. You might feel like you're orphaned because you lost your higher level soulmate. If this is somebody that lost their position here in terms of divinity. Or this is you after you bossed up though. Okay, whatever this is. You're manifesting something new, a new higher level soulmate, and somebody's feeling they're grieving over it. Big Pinocchio nose right here, see? That's what you get for lying. Lying to yourself, lying to others. Serendipity. You might get serendipitous, music, numbers, or you're both matching each other. Like I said, I'm picking that strongly up. This new partner or this intended partner, you've both gone through a lot. When it's meant to be, it's going to be totally different than what you're used to. It's not going to be the same. Because the divine being, you don't get the butterflies in your gut at all. Instead, they feel like home, comfort, joy. You could be yourself around them and never have to worry again. You can trust them because if it is a twin flame, it'll hurt them to hurt you. Even the ones that went wayward, they already lost part of their soul before they even came into contact with you. It must, I don't know. I can't really speak for them, but that's what I would imagine. Or else it would have really killed them to do what they did to you. Maybe they numbed themselves with addictions or with too many people, you know what I mean? Distracted themselves so they wouldn't feel the pain. I don't know. Maybe they gave their soul away. I don't know. So since we're dealing with relationships, let's see. Where's this going to go? Soulmates, 41. There was a third party that got involved or tried ego. Somebody's ego was in the way. So I let my pride get in the way of our connection. So, you know, they could be in another relationship. Whoever, if this is the soulmate that went somewhere else. But you're always in their mind and in their heart. Your name is there always. Your energy, your essence is, they're never going to be happy without you. So, but you're happy where you are. They let their ego get in the way. They neglected you, your needs, your relationship. I failed to give you what you need. And this came out yesterday or something like that. There's been a lot of confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Well, they broken. They feel broken. They made you feel broken. It's clear where they stand, isn't it? I feel shattered about the situation. Why now? Because they're broke? Because that came out in the last read. They're broke and they were living beyond their means and they're on their own. It caused a lot of damage here. We're both hurting from this. Oh, give me a break. Both? Now you're hurting. Now you know what it feels like, right? They think it's unfinished business. So this came out in the last read. We still have things to resolve and discuss. Maybe if you have children together, yeah. Maybe if you have, homes or businesses to liquidate and or buy one another out, division of property, whatever this is. But if you have none of those things, there's really no reason to speak, right? They had bad habits, something to do with habits. This is a habit going back and forth. I don't know if we'll ever change. Oh, well, you've changed. They're not willing to. They sabotage themselves, okay? Now they want to reveal. I want to tell you the truth. Yeah, now because you're going towards your destined cycle, your destined path, your on path. And they know if this is a divine being that missed their shot, they're not going towards destiny here. I'm struggling to find the right path. They're going towards fate. This has been fated, but fate and destiny are not the same. You were their destiny, and they blew it. You're going towards a destined... The divines turned it around for you. They didn't appreciate you. Okay? Unappreciated. You're a rare gem, I heard, or a flower. Now they're noticing that you are irreplaceable. They're with this third party. And they have tons of responsibilities because the third party's not working. I get it. So the third party's suckered them in and they're drowning in debt and they're not happy because you made it look good. You took care of them. You're the mommy or the daddy, the responsible one. Now they got to it's not working out for them. They want to escape it all. Runner chaser dynamic. Wow. Side by side. Yeah. Now you're done. You're not playing these games anymore. So it's time for them to wake up and learn their lessons. You've already learned your lessons. Not that you didn't do anything to merit it, but this is part of your soul plan, I guess. That's what they call it. This is it. You needed to wake up. You have. So soulmates and ego. Here we go with this 41. They'll never change. Ever. Whether they're a karmic or they've been demoted to karmic, okay? So place it wherever it goes. You don't know your value. So they don't know their value and worth, or they're bargaining on you not knowing your value and your worth, and you do. Maybe in the past you didn't because that's how they neglected you. That's how they got away with it. Something to do with summer, bringing balance here. It could be Libra, could be Libra season. This could be your birthday or theirs. But balance is getting restored here. Planning a move maybe in the end of September, first half of October. Or they have to move. And that's why they want to get back into your good graces. Yeah, love. Now they love you. Because they have nowhere to go, nowhere to live. Ain't that quaint? Okay, something to do with leather furniture. I don't think I've ever owned leather furniture. Did you fight over leather furniture? That if this might be just for a couple out there, you don't have to have it. But if this resonates, it resonates. Something to do with leather furniture? Maybe you fought over it before. Maybe you paid for it and they kept it. I don't know, or vice versa. But this is what they're fighting over their karmic with. I don't know. All right, let's do this again. So we have soulmates, 41, ego. They will not change ever. Just a horse's ass, I heard. Wow, they love the drama. They bring it. They bring it. They're in their south node. So they're not where you are. And that's got to be okay, okay? You got to send them off with love in your heart, no matter what. They haven't reached that reality or that realization yet. They're still stuck in south node. Dramaville, okay? Delusional, always wanting to fight, cover up, smear campaign, devalue. You're in your north node. So it's not going to take place. Why it's not really working, maybe it did a little bit, but whoever's ears it fell upon the smear campaign and they believed it and they jumped on this hate train, these are people that shouldn't be around you anyways. They shouldn't be in your energy, so what do you care? But for other people that do know you, they're not going to listen to it. Yeah, you're too intelligent or they're too intelligent to fall for it. They are damned here, okay? This is a higher level soulmate that chose a karmic, chose the karmic life, did not want to elevate. They got overtaken by the dark 100%. They are damned, condemned by God to suffer eternal punishment in hell. Yeah, can't make this up. So what does the divine do? He's chosen another mate for you, another higher level soulmate. Because you have work to do. Or if this person's committed, okay, completed their job, male or female, and woke you up. So congratulations, at least they got that much done. Now you just go on and do what you need to do here. Don't worry about this one. Let the divine deal with them. They might get angry though, because they want to reunite. You might have to delicately let them down, especially if they get handsy, if they have nowhere to go and they're getting desperate. You know what I'm saying? They're shady enough as it is. I wouldn't trust them. So, you know. Soulmate 41, ego. They will not change ever in drama. So we have this High Priestess in reverse. Truth is coming out. Unwise counsel, doing shit talking. And or a little hussy. You know what I mean? Could be doing magic as well. Somebody, the one that they wound up with, the karmic, could have been doing spell work on this divine being, but they were low vibing at the time. Obviously doing things they shouldn't be doing. Living a lifestyle they shouldn't be living. So that's how it was easier to penetrate. Farther away from God you are, the less likely you're being protected. And they want to stay there. Or they're forced to stay there now. They could have broken up with this side piece or side pieces, and now they're in trouble. They've woken up now. Maybe the magic is worn off. Maybe the one that was doing magic is no longer able to, or no longer around for some of them. What's the message, please, Spirit? And now they're full of regret. Listen, I've had magic thrown towards me all the time. Past, present, future. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you have a good heart, you're not going to do bad things to people. You know it's not right. Magic or no magic. Sometimes magic will work, but not where it's not going to make you commit crimes. If it does, then you already have that predestined in you. You already chose to do this. This is part of who you are. It's not the magic solely. Okay? I firmly believe that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If there are people throwing love and lust spells and you're married, you know it's wrong to jump into bed with others. You're married. You're committed. You can say no, thank you. Go take a cold shower. Get yourself out of that situation. Or you can jump into bed. You have a choice. Okay? I firmly believe that. You have a choice. There's no excuse. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, not happy, sick, lying, cheating, whatever. Doing stuff in the dark. Lack of trust. Ain't gonna happen, I just heard. No illumination. They don't want to heal. unhealed, unwashed. Wow. Ooh. I guess the divine's not too happy. Unhealed and unwashed. Damn. Overarching energy. Yeah, Knight of Wands in reverse. Somebody's very combative, okay? They could be abusive. Be careful, male or female. They feel entitled. They think their shit don't stink. This putting on an act. This is somebody that doesn't want to put the work in, but they want they want the rewards. They feel entitled. It's a poser and a player. Play acting. There's ending long-term stability and security here. Family discord, losing everything, stolen. They lost their spiritual inheritance. They're angry. They lost their spiritual inheritance. Or with this third party, they lost everything. Yeah, they're parting ways. This lack of trust. They lost their spiritual inheritance because they chose a karmic. Truth. So Spirit says that's the truth. They lost their crown. Damn. King of Wands. Bit off more than they can chew. Now they're angry. This is a poser and a player because they wanted to play, right? This is a coward. They didn't do the right thing. They have no morals, ethics, or honor. Now everybody sees it. No authority. Authority was taken away. Then see, the divine. Spirit tells me to pick whatever decks. There's a reason behind it, okay? Because this is not my storytelling. This is the spirit telling you the stories through the cards. In the upright, this looks like the divine's giving the King of Wands this wand. This is authority. You could take action with this authority, right? You could speak with authority, whatever this is. Not looking too happy. Or it could be the opposite. He's taking authority away. Not looking too happy. I trusted you to do this, and you didn't do it. Therefore, yeah, reckless, careless, foolish. You are a fool. No new beginnings. Careless. They took careless risks here. Unnecessary risks. They didn't listen. They went over the edge. They were warned. That dog warned him, right? Don't do that. Don't pluck that flower. Don't go over the edge. See, whoever this divine being is, they were distracted by something that looked sweet, love possibly, because roses represent love. Somebody warned them. Could be spiritual, could be somebody in their energy, could be you. Don't go there. Don't go there. Didn't want to listen. So they went off the edge. No new beginnings now. So he was naive and gullible. Yeah, this was an imbalance. It caused an imbalance. Spiritually, or in your world, or somebody could have caused some sort of crime. Committed some sort of crime. Yep. Yeah, they want to come back to you now. Somebody's digging in their heels, though. They don't want to give up. Somebody's really emotionally invested in this. This was a losing proposition. They want to come back to you. They're secretly. This could be but secretly. You're using your intuition. You're highly intuitive. You're very balanced between your light and dark energies, masculine and feminine. You're very wise. You could be a reader, a spiritualist. You don't have to be. It's a deep knowing, though. Okay? You don't speak. You're not speaking to this person. They want to come back, but you're not. You won't speak to them? Well, that could be a conundrum, right? Because you're too wise. You're too wise. You've already gone down that road. You're not going down that road anymore. Hiding and cloaking. They don't want to be alone. They secretly don't. They want to come back because they secretly don't want to be alone. They secretly didn't want to go within and do that soul work. They're a snake. They wanted to make sure that you didn't see. They didn't think that you saw that they were a snake. But, you see, no, they don't know. They didn't know I was a snake. I was lying right next to them. I was dealing with them every day. I was the snake. Yeah, you knew that they were the snake. Or the third party was the snake or whatever. Oh, this was in reverse. They're going to claim they were unaware? I don't think so. Wrong is wrong. They were unaware. Wrong is wrong. Right is right. They just don't want to be alone. They don't want to have to pay bills. They want a mommy or a daddy. Whomever this is. Yeah, see clearly for what it is. You're not afraid to make a decision and let this person go. You're not their victim. You will not be their victim. You're not mentally conflicted over this. No more denial. No more stalemate. You let them go for a reason. You're not afraid to. They don't bring peace when they come. Yeah, you see clearly for what it is. They're not working. They didn't want to put the effort in. They haven't mastered their emotions or anything else in their life. This is not a success. It won't be a success. It's just constant strife, battling, and drama. Competition, fighting. Nah. 5-5, by the way, this is change. Profound change. You put your pastors behind you. You will not be an option. They're going through a profound, deep, dark night of the soul here. You already went through it because of what they put you through. I get it. I went through a few of them. And everybody's different. You can go through it once or multiple times. It could last years or it could last a week. Everybody's different, okay? I wish I could tell you different, guide you in that situation, but it's temporary. Even though it could go on for years, it's temporary, okay? It's just because if it's a long time, you got a lot of work to do. Maybe you were meant to do a lot of things or great things in this world. I don't know. Everybody's story is different. Now they want to put the pastors behind. They know they betrayed you. 10 of Swords. Yeah. And they watched you, and them and their friends laughed at you. It's a harsh and painful end for whomever this is, okay? The worst is over. You're walking away unscathed, I heard. Because you know your value and your worth, male or female, place the genders where it belongs. They want to come towards you after betraying you and make an offer. They're still a snake. They want to make an offer to you. And you're looking at this male or female, you're going, nah, I don't want it. It could be, there could be spell work on it. This could be blood money, I just heard. I don't know. You know that if you take this is going to be a way for them to come in, whether it's accept or reply to a message or something like that. You're like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm sovereign here. I'm good. The hardships are behind you, behind your throne. You don't need this person's bullcrap anymore. Okay, you're fruitful. You know your value and your worth. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. You're hardworking, abundant, and independent, stable, and secure. You don't need them. You're covered. See the covering here? Your crown covers you. You are an anointed one. You don't need the snakes, whatever they're offering you. You don't need to hear them hiss in your ear. Yeah, they want to... I picked up... If you answer their messages or pick up their phone calls, that's their way in, I heard. Yeah, yeah. They can't come towards you. They have nothing to offer, nothing of value to offer you, okay? They're still unfaithful. You can't trust them. They're irresponsible. They're still non-committal, and they don't want to take accountability. So the writing's on the wall. You have a new beginning here, and they want to infiltrate, I just heard. Okay. They're looking at something. Somebody's assessed a situation. The writing's on the wall. They can't pick up. Okay. So a lot of spirituality is, I was picking this up yesterday, the day before. There's a lot of signs in allegory, I suppose. Things are hidden, but they're not hidden, if you know what I'm saying. You have to be able to read the signs. You are, see, there's two here. This is like a stone, but you see the ankh here? The ankh, it's not the ankh, it's the cartouche, sorry. Cartouches, which is this cylindrical thing with that usually means, when you see that in hieroglyphics or hieroglyphs, usually means that you're dealing with royalty, pharaohs. So you and your divine partner, they're finding out, they want to talk to you about this, being a twin flame or divine being, or this is a new exciting divine being coming in. You're going to be getting messages, or you're talking to them right now. Because that's what the cartouche means. Okay? Divine beings. It's exciting. It's new. Be careful. Yeah. This is, in the last read, it was Queen of Swords, King of Swords in the upright. Somebody with authority. There's a message coming through. It could be law and order. It could be doctor, lawyer, whatever. It could be you, male or female. This is somebody with authority, very learned, very, I was going to say intelligent, but intuitive almost came out. Speaking the truth and only the truth here. There's transformations here with the butterflies. It could be Archangel Michael stepping in as well because he oversees the divines. There is a trench around him or her, meaning that nobody can come near them. There is no water. I don't see any water, so there's no emotions attached to this. This is pure logic. Somebody's speaking the truth. It's going to be a message, a truth speaker. Finally, it's going to be refreshing because I know it's refreshing for me when I finally meet a truth speaker because I've had a lot of liars in my life. It's going to be you or someone else. Truth and clarity. It's good. It's happiness. It's truth. It's illumination. It's trust. Somebody you can trust. You're extremely happy. You will be happy if this hasn't happened yet, okay? You're healing a broken heart, or somebody wants you to help them heal a broken heart. See, those swords aren't coming in. In a lot of decks, it's already pierced through the heart. Somebody else's heart is hardened. You've seen this. This person doesn't want their heart. They don't want you to break their heart. But they wanted you to harden your heart so you wouldn't go elsewhere, maybe. But it's not even penetrating here. Maybe you're not 100% healed. If you're well on your way. Yeah, you know your value and your worth. Somebody else sees your value and your worth. It is what it is. Seven of Swords beneath that in the reverse. If somebody got caught, they're going to come clean about something. Somebody thinks they still have an opportunity with you. Somebody bore false witness. This is not a new beginning. They don't want to learn their lessons. So the truth is, somebody didn't want to learn their lessons. They wanted quantity over quality. That's what they prefer. Or they went around saying, you prefer that, and they bore false witness against you. I don't know. This could be divination abuse. Somebody's in debt. They want to come back towards you. Debt for a car. Oh, boy. They're out and cold. They're on the outside looking in. They didn't want to learn their lessons. They're immature. They don't want to put the work in. They're lazy. It is what it is. They want to act like a dog. They want to lay down with dogs. They got some fleas. They can stay out there. And I'm not putting down puppers because I love puppers. Yeah, they're blocked. They don't know what to do. They blocked themselves with their bullshit. Maybe they left you out in the cold. Well, that just blocked them. So somebody's... Maybe in the past you caught them watching somebody or conversing with somebody online. It's over. Done. You don't trust this person. You maintained your emotions. You remained loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. Right? But you used your intuition, your gut. And your gut said, yeah, and your intelligence, because dolphins are very intelligent. And they're saying, charity begins at home. Love yourself first. Put yourself first. So you put yourself first. Congratulations. They put a lot of burdens on your back, and you're not about to do that any longer. You used your intuition. Yeah, you let it go. Now, this is the Seven of Swords in reverse. They can't block you. Somebody made up allegations or accusations about you. You're not fighting or competing. You won't fight or compete. Somebody's feeling overwhelmed, defeated. They could have left you in debt. They breadcrumbed you. They always wanted to fight with you, attacking you over money. This is bankruptcy. They could have defrauded you or stolen from you. Judgment went against them. There's no second chances. They didn't want to put in the work. They breadcrumbed you. It was not equally yoked. They got to let this go. Yeah, they can't block you. They can't come back. This is a judgment call. The divine's made the judgment here. There's no saving grace, no salvaging whatever this is. They don't want to take accountability. It's over. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. You're going into a new destined cycle with a higher level soulmate. And you guys are protected here. They should have protected you and your relationship. Instead, they juggled you in your relationship. They didn't want to invest in you in your relationship. They invested elsewhere. And it was wrong. There's no yield on this investment where they invested, because they invested in a hoe or wanting to be a hoe. They didn't take care of this investment, meaning your relationship, your feelings, whatever this is, okay? Because it's all dead leaves. It looks like fall. In the fall, this is happening now. It's around the corner fall, right? They're looking back and wondering if they can partake of your bush again. You know what I mean? What can they get from you? They're counting your money. They underestimated you, that's for sure. Yep, they're getting karma. How long has this been like this? I want to come back towards my person now and take advantage some more. They're getting karma. Reversal of fortune. They missed out on their destiny. That's what it is. They're looking back and they figured it out. I missed out on my destiny. Good for you, because they went with the hoe. Good for you. Hoe wanted your destiny. It's not going to happen. Stay with the hoe. Stay with the hoe destiny. How do you like that? Yeah, somebody's angry now. They got caught. They have to come clean. This is ruin. This is ruin. The worst has happened. This is a nightmare. Oh, wow. You could be having these... yeah, there's no integrity, loyalty, and honesty. They lost their twin flame. Devil energy. For a karmic, a toxic. They're bound to the devil now. Missed opportunity. They lost their spiritual gifts. This is not a blessing. So the divine comes in and he gives you a blessing. See, with the pentacle in his hand. And he goes, I love you. Here's your blessings. Use it well. This is tangible. It's meant to set, to provide some comfort, some grace. You're in this garden where you can breathe easy. Take this this Ace of Pentacles and build it into maybe a legacy or generational wealth or whatever, right? It's tangible. It's good. Now he's coming in going, no, that's not for you. You blew it. It's not for old Stinky. No, you blew it. They got a lot of burdens here. He's got his hand out going, I want what's mine. No, you didn't do the work. You didn't go within and do that work. I'm not going to pay you. He's not looking too imposed. He's not looking too thrilled. But I'm big. I'm cut. I'm handsome, aren't I? Look at the pads on his knees. So he's going to have to go on his knees and, you know what I mean? Get on your knees. Grovel or get those lips working instead of, calling people your partner names. You might want to put those lips together and do other things. Yeah, he went towards this karmic. He got demoted or she got demoted. This isn't love. Missed opportunity. There's a fish in this cut. Yeah, no happiness here. There's nowhere to run for cover. It's raining and they can't run for cover. They wound up with a, what? Homewrecker. Not a happiness. No. No happiness unless you take accountability, but they're not going to want to. It is what it is. Soulmates? Yeah, maybe at one point. Maybe they thought this karmic, maybe that both of them knew that you were a higher level soulmate to this person and they both wanted to finagle your destiny away from you. That could be it too. Like hell that'll ever work. I know here in tarot world there's some readers that'll tell you it can be done, or some practitioners. No, it can't. No, it can't. The divine will give you enough rope. Oh yeah, go sure. Go ahead and try. See where it's going to get you. It's going to get you a basement apartment down in the pits of hell. Happy. You're going into a higher level soulmate connection. Or maybe this is what they thought. They're going to be so happy. You're my soulmate. Yeah, Karmic, you're my soulmate. Oh yeah, I'm going to be a divine being finally without having to do the work. Give your head a shake. That's all ego. They neglected to do the work. They neglected the tenets. The truth. They will never change, ever, okay? You don't know your value. They don't know their value and worth. They didn't see yours, but now they're going to see it. And it caused high drama in your life and other people's lives because they're in their south node. Let them stay there. They don't want to elevate past south node. They can stay in the basement. Stay in the basement, you freaking idiots. We can't make them come out of that basement. No, I'm not putting people down that live in the basement. No. That's not what I'm doing at all. But I'm talking about H-E double hockey sticks. You know what I'm saying? Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? How are we ending this for the collective, please? What's the message for the collective? Oh boy, this is in reverse. The well watcher. Not going anywhere, don't want to take accountability. No direction, structure, or discipline. Being stopped. Oh, they're being stuck here. Oh boy. You're too wise for them. You get your downloads from source. Or they used to get downloads from source. No more. They can't overcome this. It is what it is. It's not a victory for them. This is not being supported by the universe. So the sisters at the season 17 in reverse, they're in their south node. No spiritual protection. No faith. Wishes are not coming true. This is somebody feeling ashamed of themselves, losing hope. Could be sick as well. I don't know. But sisters of the seasons might have something to do with sister. Maybe a sister got involved. Yours or theirs. Maybe they're sleeping with their sister. You don't know. Cycles of growth. There's no growth here. Natural law. They didn't follow natural laws. Divine order. They didn't follow divine order. They've been ordered. They were supposed to do a job here. They were supposed to elevate, and they did not. It's all in reverse today. The Eagle King. They didn't. Oh boy, this is not. That is so funny. We might be dealing with a masculine. Might not. Okay, just place it where it belongs. This is just for a few of you if it's a masculine you're dealing with. I was walking down the street today, and there's a bunch of stores run down. They're closing down because they're building like a transit system there. So a lot of the stores are closing down. But Something about 3 kings. I saw a lot of kings, right? In the reverse. So this person might have thought they were a king, eagle king, right? They saw far. I fly solo, you know what I mean? But they're really codependent. They need all these karmics around them to keep them going. The big picture, they didn't see it, and they're no longer getting angelic help. Oh, they sacrificed themselves. Damn, this is illumination. 12 in reverse, letting go and letting God. They're acting like a martyr now. Look what can you imagine being that karmic in that relationship with that divine, that demoted divine being? Can you imagine being in that relationship with that, in that situation? Because of you, I lost my destiny. Because of you, I lost God. Because of you, I'm going to hell. Because of you, I'm going to be facing punishments. Damn. Yeah, they're acting like a martyr now. I bet you that's what's happening. They're not taking on this the responsibility. They're the ones, right? I mean, yeah, they planned it, or they went towards this karmic, but they're the ones who made the decision. Right is right, wrong is wrong. 12 in okay, so we're going to start with 7 in reverse, sorry. So the challenge. The well watcher comes to let you know that you've run out of steam. Self-will alone isn't enough to make things happen. All cannot be yours at this time. If you feel you're going nowhere, it's because you're meant to stay put. Stay there. Willfulness can lead to your becoming like the bull in a china shop, creating havoc as you push forward. So if you try to push back into your exes, or if they try to push back into your life, if you're the ex, it's not going to be pretty. So the best thing you can do is just keep moving forward. Don't pay this fool any attention. They're very willful, but in a bad way, not in a good way. Remember the sacred creative source of the water in the well. Drink some, be still, and contemplate the true origin of power. This person thought they were all powerful, all seeing, all whatever, right? They're powerless. It is what it is. If you're not co-creating with the divine, you have no power. You think you're co-creating with old Stinky? You think he's going to give you any power? He's the ultimate narcissist, psychopath. Give me a fucking break. It isn't you. So drink some, be still, and contemplate the true origin of power, because it isn't you. So drink deeply of the wisdom of the divine and listen to the beautiful music playing through your life. When you've made conscious contact with your higher power, you can move forward again, replenished and renewed. I don't know, maybe this person has a second chance. I don't know, but not with you, I don't think. I think you moved on. This is also an important time to restore harmony in your relationship, since you may be temporarily out of tune with one another. So maybe you have children you're rearing together, you're co-parenting. It would serve both, especially the children, well, if you do find some harmonious, system here. If there's a power struggle between you, remember that only the divine has true power, and you won't feel the need to struggle anymore. That's what I said. This person has no power. Do you think Stinky's backing you up? He ain't giving you nothing. Except the finger when your back is turned. You know what I'm saying? And laughing at you. So the Sisters of the Seasons send you a warning that you're trying to jump the gun and go from winter to summer without paying heed to spring, or skip from summer to winter without allowing for the possibility of autumn. Moving too quickly, looking for shortcuts, and artificially trying to prolong a hoped-for result will not yield what you desire. Told you, it's not yielding anything. Jumping in line, jumping in front of everybody without wanting to do the work. And bringing your whole bag karmic with you and calling them a divine. Get the fuck out of here. There are no shortcuts. It's time to rethink your plans. Oh, yeah. All 4 sisters are nature's cherished daughters, and all are important. Be careful of the difficulties they force you to endure when you try to trick them away from each other. Better to let nature take her course. Her daughters will be very happy, and so will you, if you let them express themselves in order. So place that where it belongs, but it could also be whoever drew or broke you guys up. It could be friends. It could be a sister that was behind this as well. It could be the karmic sister or friends. These are people that should have been together. Nature was supposed to take its course, but it didn't. So let's place that where it belongs. Whatever this is not natural. It's not of God. So the challenge of the Eagle King. The Eagle King challenges you to see a higher purpose to events. Not everything is meant to come to pass according to your specifications. If you can't see the forest for the trees, stand back for a little while and let the Eagle King fly high on your behalf. Perhaps it's time to speak to someone who has objectivity and an ability to see the bigger picture where you don't. Just remember that even when things don't go the way you expect, there's always a reason for the detour. So maybe you need, whoever this is, this ex, maybe they need some counseling, some therapy. Maybe they need, if they're listening, obviously it kind of sounds like they're listening. It sounds like you're listening, they're listening. They need to talk to somebody and get some good sound advice. But even if you don't hear what you want to hear, the advice is don't get upset. Accept it for what it is. Okay? Some people can't accept the truth and they have a hissy fit. And that's where they get in trouble. And it's like, really, grow up. You can't change the outcome by having a hissy fit, by having a fucking full-blown temper tantrum. You can't change that. And if you think you can change people's mind or situations because of a temper tantrum, trust and believe me, it's only temporary. Until people get angry and they start pushing back, okay? It's just to shut you up. You know, I've seen people like that. They get angry. The narc, that huge narc that I was with, he'd be out in public and try to embarrass me and scream at me in the middle of a store and call me names as if I was the one in the wrong. Just to embarrass me, to shut me up, to harm me. This is a narc ploy. And at first I was embarrassed because, you know, the louder they are, the temper tantrums, they get what they want when they want it, you know. He wanted me to back down when I challenged him, if I challenged him out in public. I soon learned, you know what? Because I'm a willful person, but in a positive way. You're not getting your way. So I stood there. My face did not turn red anymore. And I said, are you fucking done now? Answer my question. They didn't know what to do. They went running down that street. And they didn't come home until later. Because they knew. That didn't work on me. I didn't give in to his demands. I didn't, you know, like, cower in the corner. I wasn't afraid of losing him. I was the one with the money, and I was the one with the brains, and I was the one with the brawn. He wasn't. So, you know, when you confront these people, and I'm not saying you confront them, but if they got you in a corner and they expect you to go a certain way, that's where the willfulness, the good willfulness comes into play. Unless you're in danger, okay? I'm not trying to get anybody into trouble, but if they're trying to make you do something against your will by maybe embarrassing you or, you know, put pressure on you, do the opposite. Let me think about it. I'll sleep on it. I'll talk to you later. And stop talking. You know what I mean? Block them. Don't take their calls. Don't take their messages. Do what you need to. Or maybe call the police if you have to, if they're dangerous. But, you know what I mean? Call their bluff, in other words. Because a lot of these abusers, these narcissists, they don't like people that call their bluff. They stay away from people like that. And they hate you forever for it, too, because you called them their bluff. You caught on to their games. And that's what I'm picking up here. You caught on to this person's game, no matter how long you've been with them. You could have been with them for 20-odd years. You could have been with them for a year or 6 months. Who knows? But you caught on. So congratulations. It's time to move on. You have a higher level soulmate connection that's waiting for you, or you've already found it. So I wish you the best. Lots of happiness. Lots of love. Until next time, take care.